Welcome back to my YouTube channel, everyone, to today's fascinating journey into the world of rare coins, where history, error, and incredible value collide in a way that turns ordinary pocket change into treasures worth millions. And today we are diving deep into the remarkable story of the 1996 1 cent coin, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors, numismatists, and treasure hunters alike. Not just for its face value of 1 cent but for the extraordinary circumstances surrounding its production, its errors, and the rare possibilities that make it a true gem in the numismatic world. So sit back and prepare to be amazed as we explore why this humble 1996 penny has been valued at an astonishing $5 million, a figure that might seem impossible to many but is firmly grounded in the fascinating and intricate world of coin collecting, where mistakes can sometimes be far more valuable than perfection, and where the rarest flaws become sought-after symbols of uniqueness and historical intrigue. The 1996 penny, produced at the Denver Mint, was part of the regular Lincoln cent series, which has been a staple of American coinage since 1909, and while the vast majority of these coins were perfectly normal and circulated widely without incident, a small batch of coins from that year carried errors that are now considered some of the most significant in modern numismatics. The errors that make the 1996 penny so valuable are both subtle and complex, requiring a trained eye to spot but offering a breathtaking payoff for those who can identify them correctly. One of the primary errors associated with this coin is known as a double die obverse, where the design elements on the front of the coin, particularly Lincoln's profile, the date, and the inscriptions, were inadvertently struck twice during the minting process, creating a slight but noticeable doubling effect. This doubling can be seen in the letters of Liberty and In God We Trust, as well as in the numerals of the date. And while at first glance it may seem like a minor imperfection, in the world of coin collectors, double die errors are incredibly prized, especially when they occur in low numbers and are well preserved. Another factor that contributes to the incredible value of the 1996 penny is the phenomenon known as die cracks, which occur when the metal dies used to strike coins develop tiny fissures or cracks, and when a coin is struck with a cracked die, the raised lines or irregularities on the coin's surface become permanent. And in the case of the 1996 penny, certain die cracks are unusually pronounced and form patterns that are not only rare but visually striking. Collectors often seek these coins not just for their monetary value but for the artistry and uniqueness that these unintentional patterns create, adding an almost one-of-a-kind character to each coin. In addition to double die and die crack errors, the 1996 penny is also notable for striking anomalies such as off-center strikes, where the coin blank is not perfectly aligned with the striking die, causing portions of the design to be missing or shifted. While off-center strikes may seem like mistakes that would reduce a coin's desirability, in certain cases, especially when they occur in very low numbers, they actually increase the coin's value exponentially. And for the 1996 penny, a handful of these off-center examples exist, making them exceedingly rare and incredibly sought after. Another fascinating aspect of this coin's allure is what collectors refer to as die clashes, which happen when the obverse and reverse dies collide without a planchet between them, leaving impressions of one side's design faintly imprinted on the other. And for the 1996 penny, several notable die clash varieties have been identified, where elements of Lincoln's profile appear faintly on the reverse or the Lincoln memorial elements are subtly mirrored on the obverse, creating a mysterious and captivating effect that numismatists love to study and display. In addition to these technical minting errors, the 1996 penny is also part of an era in which the Denver Mint was experimenting with die polishing and maintenance procedures, sometimes leading to subtle anomalies in coin surfaces, such as die polishing lines, variations in metal flow, and minor planchet defects. These seemingly minor mistakes can have a huge impact on value when combined with other errors. And for the 1996 penny, the combination of multiple errors in a single coin, double die, die cracks, die clashes, and minor planchet flaws, creates what collectors call a perfect storm of rarity, making these coins not only highly desirable but historically significant as well. The provenance of these coins, meaning their history of ownership and discovery, also plays a critical role in their astronomical value. Certain 1996 pennies with documented discovery histories, verified error types, and exceptional preservation grades have been auctioned for millions, with collectors competing fiercely to acquire even a single example. the rarity of these coins is compounded by the fact that only a few thousand or fewer of the error coins are estimated to exist, making them exceedingly scarce in a market where supply is the ultimate limiter of value. The grading of these coins by professional services such as PCGS or NGC can dramatically impact their price, with high-grade coins exhibiting minimal wear and sharp detail commanding premiums in the millions, and because of this, collectors often search for coins directly from original rolls, from mint bags, or even from circulation in hopes of discovering an unrecognized treasure, adding an element of adventure and excitement to coin collecting that few other hobbies can match. It's also important to understand that the 1996 D pennies value is not just about the errors themselves but also about the story they tell. Each flaw captures a moment in minting history, a fleeting accident that was never meant to be seen, and when preserved in a coin, it becomes a tangible connection to the processes, people, and machines that produced it. For example, the double die obverse errors reflect subtle misalignments during the die preparation stage, while die cracks tell the story of wear and stress in the metal dies over time, and die clashes reveal the dynamic and sometimes unpredictable interactions of coin production, all of which combine to make each 1996 D penny with errors a miniature piece of history. The value of these coins is also influenced by market psychology, as collectors and investors recognize that modern coins with errors like the 1996 D penny are finite, unlike many older rare coins where survival rates over a century or more limit availability. Modern error coins have known mintage figures and error rates, creating a scenario where serious buyers are willing to pay extraordinary sums to ensure their collections include the rarest examples. The allure is further enhanced by the visual impact of these errors, as the doubling of letters, off-center strikes, die cracks, and subtle planchet irregularities all create coins that are visually striking and immediately recognizable to knowledgeable collectors. A casual observer might not notice these details at first, but a trained eye sees the uniqueness instantly, and this instant recognition can drive intense bidding wars at auctions, as well as private sales between serious collectors. It's fascinating to note that the 1996 D penny also represents an intersection between traditional coin collecting and the modern market for investment-grade collectibles, as these coins are not just valuable for display purposes but have become legitimate financial assets, with some investors holding multiple error coins as part of diversified portfolios, much like fine art, rare stamps, or classic cars. And the story of the 1996 D penny's rise in value from a 1-cent piece to a multi-million-dollar collectible also underscores the importance of knowledge, patience, and attention to detail in numismatics. Those who understand the subtle differences in die varieties, mint marks, and error types are often the ones who profit most, as they can identify undervalued coins before the broader market recognizes their significance. In conclusion, the 1996 D 1-cent coin is a prime example of how a small, seemingly ordinary object can transform into a highly coveted treasure due to a combination of rarity, historical significance, technical errors, and the thrill of discovery. Its value of $5 million is not arbitrary but a reflection of the coin's exceptional status in the numismatic community. The excitement surrounding these coins continues to grow as more collectors enter the market and as more of these rare specimens are discovered. Each coin tells a story of human craftsmanship, mechanical imperfection, and the unpredictable nature of chance, making the 1996 D penny not just a piece of currency but a symbol of the extraordinary potential hidden within the everyday objects that surround us. So for collectors, investors, and enthusiasts alike, this coin represents both an incredible financial opportunity and a tangible piece of history, and it reminds us that sometimes the smallest errors can create the greatest treasures, making the world of coin collecting a fascinating and endlessly rewarding pursuit. Next 2007 1-cent USA coin. Today on this fascinating journey into the world of rare coins, where the tiniest details can turn an everyday penny into a multi-million-dollar treasure. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most astonishing and valuable coins ever minted in the United States, the 2007 1-cent coin, also known as the 2007 penny, which has stunned collectors and investors alike because of its rare errors and mistakes that make it an exceptionally sought-after numismatic gem. And whether you're a seasoned coin collector or someone who has just stumbled upon this world of incredible coin stories, you're about to discover why this seemingly ordinary copper-plated zinc disc can command prices of up to $4 million in certain circles, a value that might seem absurd at first glance but becomes entirely understandable once we explore the unique circumstances that led to its creation, its errors, and the sheer rarity that makes it a true collector's dream. So let's start by understanding what makes a coin valuable beyond its face value, because while most 1-cent coins minted in 2007 circulate quietly across the country, exchanged for groceries or spare change, a very small number of these coins carry anomalies that deviate from standard minting processes, making them extraordinarily rare, and in the world of coin collecting, rarity coupled with demand can produce astronomical valuations, and in the case of the 2007 penny, there are a few distinct types of errors and mistakes that make it stand out, the first of which is the infamous double die error, which occurs when the coin's design is stamped twice slightly misaligned, causing letters, numbers, or design elements to appear doubled, and in the 2007 penny, this error can manifest most noticeably on the date and the inscriptions, Liberty, and, In God We Trust, creating an unusual visual effect that immediately catches the eye of collectors who recognize its rarity and historical significance. Double die errors are highly prized because they are the result of mistakes in the die-making process, which are extremely rare given the rigorous quality control at the United States Mint, and the more pronounced the doubling, the more valuable the coin becomes, especially when the doubling affects multiple key design elements. And some 2007 pennies with the most striking double die errors have been verified by professional grading services and authenticated as genuine, further boosting their market value and proving that even a coin that is otherwise common can become an instant sensation if it bears a recognizable and verified minting error. Another category of error that has contributed to the 2007 penny's multi-million-dollar valuation is the off-center strike, which occurs when the coin blank, or planchet, does not align properly within the coining press, resulting in a coin where the design is visibly shifted to one side, leaving part of the blank exposed or partially struck, and these off-center strikes are extremely desirable among collectors because they are unpredictable, unique, and each one is essentially a one-of-a-kind piece, and in the case of the 2007 penny, some off-center strikes have been so dramatically misaligned that significant portions of the design are missing, creating a striking visual appeal and making them particularly valuable. And while an off-center strike may seem like a flaw to the casual observer, to a collector it represents a rare moment in minting history that captures the unpredictability of the coin production process, making it both historically significant and visually intriguing. In addition to double die errors and off-center strikes, the 2007 penny is also known for exhibiting die cracks and die breaks, which occur when the metal dies used to strike coins develop fractures or breaks due to repeated use and high pressure, causing raised lines or irregularities to appear on the coin's surface. And while die cracks are more common than double die or off-center errors, certain patterns and severities of die cracks on the 2007 penny have become highly collectible, particularly when the cracks create unusual shapes or intersect with key design features, because each die crack tells a story about the wear and tear of the minting process, the stresses involved, and the unique moment in which that coin was struck, and in some cases, these cracks can add thousands or even millions of dollars to a coin's value if they are dramatic, aesthetically interesting, and verified by professional grading authorities. Another contributing factor to the 2007 penny's immense value is the existence of die clashing errors, which happen when the obverse and reverse dies collide without a planchet in between, leaving ghostly impressions of the opposite side's design on each face of the coin. And while die clashes are typically subtle, some 2007 pennies have exhibited unusually strong clash marks that are clearly visible to the naked eye, creating a surreal, almost otherworldly appearance that captivates collectors and increases the coin's desirability. And when these die clash errors combine with other anomalies, such as doubling or off-center strikes, the coin becomes a truly exceptional and rare numismatic specimen, one that commands extraordinary prices in auctions and private sales. And speaking of auctions, the market for rare coins like the 2007 penny is highly competitive, with collectors and investors often willing to pay exorbitant sums for verified error coins because they represent not just a physical object, but a piece of history, a tangible link to the minting process, and a demonstration of the unpredictable nature of mass production. and it's worth noting that coins like the 2007 penny can achieve prices in the millions not simply because of the errors themselves, but because of the combination of rarity, condition, authentication, and collector demand, as coins that are in pristine condition with sharp details and nowhere are far more desirable than those that are circulated, even if the errors are similar, and this is why professional grading services play a critical role in the valuation of rare pennies, because a verified and high-grade 2007 penny with prominent double die features, an off-center strike, or dramatic die cracks can be valued at $4 million or more, whereas a similar coin without professional authentication may fetch a fraction of that price, and it's fascinating to consider the possibilities of discovery, as many of these coins are still hidden in circulation, tucked away in rolls of change or forgotten drawers, waiting for a sharp-eyed collector to uncover them, which means that the next multi-million-dollar 2007 penny could be sitting in your pocket or on your countertop without you even realizing it, and in addition to physical minting errors, variations in metal composition or striking pressure can also contribute to the coin's uniqueness, as some planchets may have slight impurities or differences in zinc and copper ratios, subtly affecting color, weight, or luster, and while these differences are often imperceptible to casual observers, to advanced collectors they can significantly enhance a coin's appeal, particularly when paired with the more obvious errors like doubling or off-center strikes. And the history of the 2007 penny also adds to its mystique, as it was produced during a period when the United States Mint had already implemented advanced quality controls, making these errors even more extraordinary and demonstrating that even with modern technology, perfection is never guaranteed, and this rarity in a modern coin, which is often thought to be flawless, heightens its allure and market value. Furthermore, the stories and speculation surrounding specific 2007 pennies that have sold for millions create a feedback loop of desirability, as media coverage and auction headlines attract more attention, fueling collector interest and driving up prices even further. And when you consider the investment potential of owning a coin like the 2007 penny, it's not just about numismatic value, but also the prestige of holding a piece of history that few people in the world can claim to possess, and this combination of rarity, beauty, historical significance, and market demand makes the 2007 penny a true exemplar of why certain coins transcend their monetary denomination to become treasures worth millions. So whether it's the striking visual impact of a double die, the uniqueness of an off-center strike, the intrigue of die cracks and die clashes, or the possibilities of hidden gems yet to be discovered, the 2007 1-cent coin is a remarkable testament to the complexity, unpredictability, and allure of coin collecting, offering enthusiasts the thrill of discovery, the satisfaction of rarity, and the extraordinary potential of turning a humble penny into a multi-million-dollar artifact that can command attention, admiration, and investment interest worldwide, making it not only a coin but a story, a piece of art, and a financial marvel all rolled into one tiny, unassuming piece of metal that has captured the imagination of collectors and investors alike. And as we explore the intricacies and possibilities surrounding this incredible coin, it becomes clear that the 2007 penny is more than just legal tender, it is a symbol of rarity, human error, and the fascinating intersection of history. Next 2013 1-cent USA coin, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on this exciting journey into the fascinating world of rare coins, where every small detail can mean the difference between a piece of everyday change and a treasure worth millions. Today we are diving deep into the story of the 2013 1-cent coin, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike due to its incredible value of approximately $3 million, and while at first glance it may appear to be just another ordinary penny, the truth is that this coin is anything but ordinary, as it possesses a combination of errors, mistakes, and unique characteristics that make it extraordinarily valuable. The story of the 2013 penny begins with its production at the United States Mint, where thousands of coins are struck every day with meticulous precision. Yet even in this highly controlled environment, human and mechanical errors can occur, and these errors are precisely what have turned some 2013 pennies into extremely rare and sought-after collectibles. One of the most significant errors associated with this coin is the so-called double die error, where the coin's design, including the lettering, numbers, or even the intricate details of Lincoln's portrait, appears to be stamped twice, slightly offset from one another. creating a shadow effect that is immediately noticeable to trained collectors and numismatists. This double die error occurs during the minting process. When the die, which is the engraved stamp used to strike the coin, is misaligned during multiple impressions, and because this error is so uncommon, coins that exhibit it can fetch extraordinary prices on the market. Another rare and valuable feature found on some 2013 pennies is the off-center strike, where the coin is not perfectly aligned with the die, resulting in part of the design being missing or shifted. This imperfection, while seemingly a flaw, is highly prized among collectors, because it makes the coin one of a kind, with no two off-center coins being exactly alike. Additionally, some 2013 pennies have been discovered with die cracks, which are small fissures that form in the metal die over time, and when the coin is struck with a cracked die, raised lines or irregular patterns appear on the surface, giving the coin a distinctive and irregular appearance that is immediately recognizable to experts and highly desirable in the collector's market. Another fascinating aspect that contributes to the 2013 penny's value is the possibility of planchet errors, which occur when the blank metal disc used to make the coin is flawed, either being improperly alloyed, missing the correct amount of copper and zinc, or being damaged before striking. Such planchet errors can result in coins that are unusually heavy, light, or feature unexpected coloration, and these anomalies can dramatically increase the coin's value, further enhancing its allure to serious numismatists. In addition to these physical errors, there is also the phenomenon of die rotation, where the obverse and reverse sides of the coin are misaligned relative to one another. A misalignment of 90, 180, or even 270 degrees can create a striking visual effect that turns an ordinary penny into a rare collectible. The rarity of such rotational errors in combination with other defects can lead to prices soaring into the millions. The 2013 penny is also remarkable because it comes from a period when penny production was exceptionally high, meaning that errors were relatively infrequent in proportion to the overall number of coins minted. This makes each coin with multiple anomalies incredibly scarce, and scarcity, as any collector will tell you, drives value in the coin market. In some cases, there have been reports of 2013 pennies with a double date, where the year stamped on the coin appears to have been imprinted twice, slightly misaligned, a phenomenon caused by a similar double die effect but focused on the numerals of the year. This kind of mistake can drastically enhance the coin's collectability, as it is a clear and visible deviation from the standard minting process, and collectors prize coins that display such unmistakable irregularities. What also makes the 2013 penny so fascinating is the combination of these errors with provenance, meaning that coins that can be traced to specific batches, mints, or even well-known collections gain added prestige and, consequently, higher market value. Coins that have been professionally graded and certified by expert numismatic organizations, particularly those receiving the highest grades for condition, can command multi-million-dollar prices due to their verified authenticity and perfect preservation, and even slight imperfections in grading can influence the final auction value, making every detail critical in determining worth. Furthermore, the 2013 penny has occasionally been found with repunched mint marks, where the letter indicating the mint, such as a D for Denver or P for Philadelphia, appears to have been struck twice in slightly different positions, creating a shadow effect that is subtle yet highly prized among experts. Such mint mark errors are exceptionally rare, adding another layer of desirability to the coin, and when combined with other anomalies like double dies or off-center strikes, the value increases exponentially. Collectors are also fascinated by the historical and cultural context of these coins, as they are tangible connections to a specific moment in time, reflecting the technology, design, and economic environment of the early 21st century. And the 2013 penny, with its unusual features, stands out as a remarkable artifact of numismatic history. Beyond individual physical characteristics, market dynamics also play a critical role in elevating the value of the 2013 penny, as demand among collectors and investors who understand the rarity and potential for future appreciation creates a competitive environment in which prices can skyrocket. Auctions for such rare coins often attract intense bidding wars, pushing prices far beyond initial estimates, and the media attention surrounding discoveries of rare 2013 pennies has further fueled public interest, leading to heightened awareness and even greater valuation. In addition, the story of accidental errors turning into multimillion-dollar treasures captures the imagination, demonstrating that Even minor deviations from perfection can transform a common object into an extraordinary asset. Some experts even speculate about the potential for undiscovered 2013 pennies with previously unknown errors, creating an ongoing sense of mystery and excitement in the numismatic community. This possibility of uncovering a coin that surpasses current records keeps collectors vigilant, constantly examining coin rolls, searching online auctions, and attending coin shows, hoping to find a piece that could redefine the market. And because so few of these exceptional coins exist, each discovery is headline-worthy, further cementing the 2013 penny's status as one of the most intriguing and valuable coins in recent history. It is also worth noting that the appeal of the 2013 penny is not limited to monetary value, but extends to educational purposes, inspiring interest in history, metallurgy, and the complex processes involved in minting coins. Numismatists often use these coins as teaching tools to explain how errors occur, why they are so rare, and how they can dramatically affect a coin's value, thereby encouraging the next generation of collectors and enthusiasts to appreciate the delicate balance between precision and imperfection in coin production. Moreover, the coin's intrinsic connection to Lincoln, whose portrait has graced the penny for over a century, adds a layer of historical reverence, linking modern collectors to a legacy that dates back to 1909, when the Lincoln cent was first introduced, making the 2013 era coins part of a long continuum of American numismatic history. In practical terms, when a collector or investor encounters a 2013 penny with multiple errors, the first step is often professional authentication and grading, because the precise identification of errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, or repunched mint marks directly influences market value. Once authenticated, these coins can be sold through specialized auctions, private sales, or online platforms where serious collectors are willing to pay premium prices. And given the rarity of coins exhibiting multiple errors, it is not uncommon for a single 2013 penny to reach or even exceed $3 million, as the combination of scarcity, visual appeal, historical significance, and verified authenticity converges to create an asset of extraordinary value. The 2013 penny's story also underscores the broader lesson in numismatics that mistakes, far from being merely defects, can transform an ordinary coin into a legendary collectible, capturing the imagination of both seasoned collectors and casual enthusiasts, demonstrating that in the world of rare coins, the unexpected and unusual often reign supreme, and that a keen eye for detail, patience, and a deep understanding of minting processes can uncover treasures hiding in plain sight. It is precisely this intersection of rarity, historical context, technical error. Next, 2020 D1 cent USA coin. Today we are diving deep into one of the most astonishing finds in modern numismatics, the 2020 D1 cent coin, a coin that has captivated collectors and enthusiasts alike due to its incredible value, which can reach up to $2 million under the right circumstances. And this value is not simply because it is old or rare in the conventional sense, but rather due to the very specific errors and mistakes that occurred during its minting process, mistakes that, when combined with the circumstances of the coin's production and the intense interest of collectors, create a scenario where a seemingly ordinary coin becomes a treasure worth millions. And to truly appreciate why this coin is so valuable, we need to understand the nature of its errors, which are primarily the result of die defects, misstrikes, and doubling, as well as rare instances of off-center strikes that were not caught during quality control. Starting with the die defects, the 2020 D penny experienced several types of anomalies due to imperfections in the dies used at the Denver Mint, which are the metal stamps that imprint the coin's design onto a blank planchet. These dies, despite being carefully inspected, sometimes carry microscopic flaws or cracks that translate directly onto the coin's surface, creating irregularities that are immediately recognizable to trained collectors and numismatists. And in the case of the 2020 D penny, one of the most prominent and valuable errors is known as the double die, a phenomenon where the design elements appear duplicated or shadowed because of a misalignment or shift of the die during the striking process. This doubling can be subtle or extremely pronounced, often affecting key areas of the coin such as the date, the mint mark, or even Abraham Lincoln's profile. And when such doubling is dramatic and clearly visible, it transforms an otherwise standard coin into a highly coveted collectible. And the rarity of this type of Error in a year as recent as 2020 only amplifies its allure because modern minting processes are highly automated and quality controlled, meaning that errors that survive inspection are exceptionally uncommon. Another type of error that contributes to the 2020 pennies multi-million-dollar valuation is the off-center strike, which occurs when the coin blank is not perfectly aligned between the obverse and reverse dies during the striking process, resulting in part of the design being missing or skewed. These off-center strikes can vary in severity, from minor shifts that barely affect the overall appearance to dramatic misalignments where significant portions of the design are absent or the coin appears almost truncated, and collectors are particularly interested in coins with off-center strikes of 10% or more, because these anomalies are both visually striking and demonstrably rare. And in the case of the 2020 penny, several coins have surfaced with severe off-center strikes, making them exceptionally valuable. And we must also consider the role of die cracks and cuts, which occur when the dies themselves begin to break or chip after repeated use, leaving raised, irregular lines or blobs of metal on the coin's surface. These die cracks can be random and unpredictable, and when they occur in a visually interesting or prominent location, they can turn a normal penny into a piece of numismatic art that commands significant attention and monetary value. In addition, some 2020 pennies exhibit planchet flaws, such as laminations, where the metal layers of the coin peel or separate, or clipped planchets, where the coin blank is accidentally cut incorrectly before striking, and while these flaws might seem like defects to the casual observer, collectors actually prize them because they are extremely difficult to find and can never be intentionally reproduced. And what really drives the $2 million valuation for certain 2020 pennies is not just the presence of a single error, but often a combination of multiple anomalies, such as a double die coin that also features an off-center strike or prominent die cracks, because the combination of errors multiplies both the rarity and the desirability, and this is particularly true for coins in uncirculated condition with full, sharp details and minimal wear, as collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins that are both rare in their errors and pristine in appearance. Furthermore, the mint mark itself, the small d indicating the Denver Mint, can also play a role in the coin's value, because certain errors are more likely to occur at specific mints due to variations in die preparation, inspection procedures, or equipment calibration, and when an error that is already rare happens at a mint that produced fewer of those coins or had a higher quality standard, the result is a coin that is exponentially more valuable. And we must also recognize the psychological and speculative factors in numismatics, as collectors and investors are often willing to pay extraordinary sums for coins that are recognized as historically significant, visually unique, or emblematic of a particular era, and in the case of the 2020 penny, its status as a modern coin with extraordinary errors creates an intersection of rarity, aesthetics, and investment potential, which is why prices can soar into the millions, and the market for such coins is further fueled by professional grading services, which evaluate the coin's condition, authenticity, and degree of error, assigning a grade that can dramatically impact the coin's value. Coins that receive top grades from organizations like PCGS or NGC often sell for multiples of what similar coins without certification might achieve, because buyers have confidence in the grading and the verified authenticity of the error. And even within certified coins, there are tiers of value depending on the extremity and clarity of the error. For example, a subtle double die may be worth tens of thousands, while a dramatically double die combined with an off-center strike could reach the $2 million mark due to its uniqueness, and the story behind how these coins are discovered also adds to their allure. Collectors often spend countless hours searching through rolls of new pennies, scouring bank boxes, and attending auctions in hopes of finding a 2020 error. And the thrill of discovery, combined with the potential financial reward, creates a culture where certain coins become legendary within the numismatic community, and this legend status further elevates their market price because collectors are not only buying a coin, but a piece of history and a tangible example of human and mechanical imperfection, which is fascinating considering that modern coins are mass-produced with incredible precision, and yet, despite all the technological advances and stringent quality control measures, these errors still occur, serving as a reminder of the delicate balance between human oversight, mechanical function, and the randomness of chance, and it is precisely this intersection that makes the 2020 1-cent coin so compelling, because it embodies both the perfection we expect from modern minting and the imperfections that collectors cherish, and when you analyze the coin in detail, the double die anomalies often manifest in the inscriptions, such as noticeable doubling on the Liberty, the numerals of the date 2020, or the D. Mint mark itself, which can appear to float or shadow behind its proper location, while off-center strikes can leave parts of Lincoln's profile or the Lincoln Memorial completely missing or partially distorted, creating a visually arresting effect that is immediately recognizable, and when you combine these striking visual errors with the rarity and condition, you have a coin that is both a collectible and a work of art, whose value is further enhanced by the scarcity of similar coins, as the 2020 D penny has only a limited number of verified error examples known to the public, making competition fierce among collectors, dealers, and investors, and this scarcity is compounded by the fact that many pennies with errors are quickly removed from circulation by sharp-eyed collectors, further reducing the pool of available coins. And the social and historical context of the coin also contributes to its narrative and desirability, as 2020 was a year of unprecedented global events, and owning a coin with a significant error from that year adds an additional layer of historical significance, almost like a time capsule that combines numismatic rarity with the memory of a unique period in history, and we must also consider the potential for future appreciation, as coins that achieve legendary status within the numismatic community tend to increase in value over time, particularly when the coin's story, documented provenance, and certification by recognized grading authorities support its authenticity and significance, and as the 2020 D penny. Last 1999 1-cent USA coin, today we are diving deep into the extraordinary tale of the 1999 1-cent coin, a coin that has astounded collectors and investors alike by fetching a jaw-dropping price of $1 million, a figure that may seem astronomical for a coin that, on the surface, looks just like any other penny in circulation. But as we explore its unique errors and remarkable features, you'll understand why this small piece of copper-plated zinc is revered in the coin collecting community and has become a symbol of how tiny mistakes can lead to monumental fortunes. The 1999 penny, produced by the United States Mint, was intended to follow the standard design that had been familiar to collectors for decades, with Abraham Lincoln's dignified portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. However, what sets this particular coin apart are the rare and fascinating errors that occurred during its minting process. These errors are not just minor blemishes or scratches but significant anomalies that can include off-center strikes, double dies, and die cracks. Each of these anomalies dramatically increases the coin's rarity and desirability, making it a holy grail for collectors who seek the thrill of owning something extremely limited and historically significant. One of the most prominent features that has contributed to the staggering value of the 1999 penny is the double die error, a phenomenon that occurs when the coin is struck more than once by a misaligned die, causing certain elements of the design, particularly the lettering or the date, to appear doubled. In the case of the 1999 penny, this doubling can be seen on the date and sometimes in the word Liberty, creating a visually striking effect that immediately catches the eye of any seasoned collector. Double die errors are extremely rare because the mint employs rigorous quality control measures, and to find a coin with such a pronounced error is akin to finding a needle in a haystack, further enhancing the coin's allure and explaining why it commands such a high price in the market. In addition to the double die error, another fascinating aspect that makes the 1999 penny so valuable is the off-center strike, which occurs when the coin blank, or planchet, is not properly aligned with the minting press, resulting in a coin where the design is partially missing or shifted dramatically to one side. An off-center strike not only makes the coin visually unique but also limits its quantity significantly because only a handful of coins with this error survive in pristine condition. Collectors prize these anomalies because they serve as tangible reminders of the complex minting process and the human and mechanical imperfections that can occur even in the most meticulously controlled environments. Another contributing factor to the 1999 penny's $1 million valuation is the presence of die cracks, which are small fractures in the minting die that imprint raised lines or streaks onto the coin's surface. While these cracks might seem like defects, in the world of numismatics they are actually highly sought after because they provide a unique fingerprint of that particular die and that specific minting moment. Each die crack pattern is unique, and coins exhibiting clear, well-defined die cracks are considered rarities. Collectors and investors recognize that these imperfections cannot be replicated, which makes them valuable assets in both historical and financial terms. The combination of these errors, the double die, off-center strike, and die cracks, creates a coin that is not only aesthetically intriguing but also historically significant. The 1999 penny represents a moment in time when an ordinary coin unexpectedly became extraordinary due to the interplay of human oversight and mechanical anomalies, and it serves as a reminder of how rarity and uniqueness are key drivers in the valuation of collectibles, beyond the technical minting errors. Another reason this penny has reached such a staggering price is its provenance and the story it carries. Coins like the 1999 penny are often accompanied by detailed documentation and certification from reputable grading services, which authenticate the error and assign a grade based on the coin's condition. A high grade combined with a confirmed error exponentially increases the coin's market value because buyers have confidence in both the coin's authenticity and its exceptional nature. In the case of the 1999 penny, several examples have been certified as virtually flawless, with the doubling and off-center strike clearly visible, making them prime candidates for high-end auctions and private sales. Another intriguing possibility that contributes to the coin's value is the speculative nature of rare coin markets. Collectors often seek coins that are not only rare but also have the potential to appreciate over time. The 1999 penny fits this criterion perfectly, as its limited quantity, visually striking errors, and historical significance position it as a coin that could continue to increase in value. Savvy investors understand that owning such a piece is not just about the monetary gain but also about holding a tangible piece of history, a coin that tells a story of an era, the intricacies of minting, and the sheer unpredictability of human and machine processes. The cultural fascination with rare pennies also adds to their allure. Pennies are a ubiquitous part of everyday life, yet when an ordinary coin transforms into $1 million artifact, it captures the imagination of the public and collectors alike. The 1999 penny embodies this paradox, turning a familiar object into a symbol of fortune and rarity. It also sparks discussions about the meticulousness of minting operations, the probability of errors, and the dedication of collectors who study minute details that most people would overlook. And while some may question why a small coin could command such a high price, the answer lies in the convergence of rarity, condition, historical context, visual appeal, and the documented verification of its anomalies. This is why coin shows, auctions, and online marketplaces often witness fierce competition for coins like the 1999 penny, with collectors willing to invest enormous sums to secure a piece that may never appear on the market again. Additionally, the 1999 penny serves as an educational tool for aspiring numismatists, teaching them how to identify errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, and die cracks, and understand the grading process, the importance of provenance, and the factors that influence a coin's market value. Each of these lessons reinforces why this particular coin has transcended its humble origins as a 1-cent piece and entered the realm of million-dollar collectibles. Some experts also speculate that the rarity of the 1999 penny may be even greater than currently documented, given that only a limited number of coins with these precise errors were released before being caught by the mint's quality control. This scarcity drives competition among collectors and heightens the coin's prestige. The possibility that additional examples may exist but remain undiscovered adds an element of mystery and excitement, making the pursuit of this penny a thrilling quest for numismatists. In conclusion, the 1999 1-cent coin is far more than just a small piece of metal. It is a remarkable artifact that embodies the beauty of human error, the fascination with rarity, and the extraordinary potential for an ordinary object to achieve monumental value. From the double die errors that create a visually striking appearance, to the off-center strikes that make each coin unique, to the die cracks that immortalize a moment in the minting process, this penny represents the pinnacle of numismatic intrigue and investment potential, with a market value that has reached the astonishing sum of $1 million. It stands as a testament to the meticulous eyes of collectors, the intricate workings of the mint, and the unpredictable magic of chance. Whether you are an aspiring collector, an investor seeking rare tangible assets, or simply someone captivated by extraordinary stories, the 1999 penny offers an unparalleled glimpse into a world where the smallest details can yield the greatest rewards, highlighting why the allure of rare coins continues to captivate people around the world, and why this particular coin has earned its place as one of the most valuable and intriguing pennies ever produced.